It's frozen. It's night time here. It's frozen. I'm trying to pour it in. The ice will probably knock my teeth in. Right. I've got a little thing to show you. I hope you can hear me. I don't think this is going to break. I'm so... I want to slam it. Bang. But it's late at night. Right, I'm going to play a video and react to it. And it's about Trump. I'm in shock. Oh shit, you know, I'm in shock. Oh, what I've been doing all day is folding. Clothes, clothes, and more clothes. Right, let's get it started. And I need you lot to tell me if you can hear it. You know what? I might just put it on the Bluetooth so you can hear it better. It's pretty shocking. But I ain't gonna lie to you people. I kind of agree. Do you know what I mean? And before we get into it, I'm gonna say all my content is found on the public domain. I do operate using the fair use guidelines together with my own opinions, which are not necessarily true. Shams, don't care. This one, I probably do care a little bit. And I don't. Hi, Renee, you're right. I kind of do care. But I kind of live in England. But you know what? I come with the news. No. I just thought I'd have a little sit down. And while I was having a sit, I was listening to something. And it was, what's his name? Noah's TV. I quite like him. I've put it on fast speed because I want you lot to hear what Trump's new laws are saying. I find it fascinating. And you know me, I don't give a shit. Shams don't care. And I think what Trump is saying on this, I was really shocked. I was like, is that you though? So I'm going to keep stopping and starting. But this, I found it on Noah's TV. I'm playing it slightly fast. What am I doing on this stream? Just talking about Trump. It's in the title, babes. Like I said, people, Trump, he's got something new going on. And this is going to change and revolutionise America. And I'm like, man's is brave, innit? Is that you, though, Trump? You got a bit of Shams in ya. Well done, blood. Well done. Now, this is going to divide. The second bit is going to divide a few people. But you know what? I couldn't give a shit because I completely agree with what he's saying. Now, listen to this.
Recognized by the United States government are male and female. And they are
this is on Noah's TV, okay? He's just put it out.
By Elon Musk on Twitter. It has 99 million views, almost 100 million views. And he was posted November 8th. Now, I did watch a small portion of this video. When I say small portion, I mean like a couple seconds. And this is like a a PSA format. Like, this is Donald Trump making a professional video, giving a PSA talking to the American
Go
people.
on, just say what he's saying.
What he's going to allow and what he's not going to allow. It's almost as if
This
like,
is what he's going to allow and what he ain't going to allow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I love it. I love it. I can't fucking wait.
Whether you want Kamala,
By the time someone got some balls.
At the end of the day, Donald Trump won. You know what I'm saying? He's the president, so
yes, we know.
Hear what he has to say. Smash like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let's hear what he has to say.
If we don't have free speech, then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple, just like dominoes, one by one. They'll go down. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word.
Did you hear that? He's going to reclaim the right to freedom of speech, people. And it's going to get deeper. So what do you mean, freedom of speech? In other words, you know where us lot keep getting shadow banned and shit like that? This is only for... this is only for people in America. But you know what, Mush? It's a start. So you know what? Like I said, I like a man with a bit of balls. He'll be talking about that as well. Watch, listen. Hi everyone coming in. This is just audio only. This is on Noah's TV. But this is what Donald Trump wants to do. He wants to ban censorship in America. A bit like, you know, when Elon Musk took over X. And he says to everyone, go and fuck yourself. A bit like that.
In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health. The censorship cartel must be dismantled.
Bro, talking about public health, I remember back in like, as soon as Biden got elected, the amount of strikes my channel got was insane. I literally had to stop
Same
for like months because they were censoring everything when it came to medical information or when it came to talking about politics. Everything was getting
couldn't talk about COVID, nothing.
We see it today still.
If you disagree, they'd ban you.
This must happen immediately, and here is my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech of American citizens. I will then ban federal money from being used to let...
Did you hear that? As soon as he goes into the inauguration, he's going to ban all these waste people, from chatting fucking shit and trying to stop us from giving out information. That includes media, police, government, anyone. Oh, and the Silicon Group. His words, not mine. I'm just here to deliver the news. Do I disagree? Do I fuck? Obviously, I like freedom of speech. It's going to hurt some. I don't like when people tell me about my fucking self. Obviously not. I'm a human. I got feelings. But you know what? What do? I get my Lego bricks out. I build a bridge and I get the fuck over it. Because life goes on. And I don't fucking give two flying fucks deep down about people. That don't benefit my life. Why would I? Standard, innit? You just have people around you that will benefit you and make you happy. It's simple. Anyways, listen.
Mis or disinformation. And I will begin the process of identifying and firing every federal bureaucrat who has engaged in domestic censorship, directly or indirectly, whether they are the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Health, Human Services, the FBI, the DOJ, no matter who they are. Second, I will order the
including you
to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible, and to aggressively prosecute any and all crimes identified. These include possible violations of federal civil rights law.
Did you hear that? So if anyone starts paying out money to silence people and shit like that, you're getting done as well. This is all in America. That's the first thing Donald Trump's going to do. I would have thought, really, there would have been better things to do to make America a bit better. I'm just saying. But, you know, the first thing he's going to do, you're right, honey. First thing he's going to do, yeah? His mate, what's he doing? Walking up and down the fucking street like some fucking crackhead. The fuck? You got a yard to go to? Anyways, I'm just being nosy, people. I'm by the window. And to me, it looks a bit weird when man's walking up and down the street late at night. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck you doing? Looking for a victim. Anyways, so Donald says, I would what I was saying, I would have thought there would have been better things to think about if I was president. You know, like if I went into an inauguration, freedom of speech wouldn't really be the top of my priority, to be fair. I wouldn't really give a fuck. That'd probably be number 10 on the list. Shall I tell you why? Because I'd be the president and nobody would be able to say fuck all. That's why. It's that simple. Standard, innit? On the fucking real. First law, you chat my fucking name, yeah? Watch. That'd be the first rule. Standard. Anyways, this isn't.
Federal election
I agree.
law, securities law, and antitrust laws, the Hatch Act, and a host of other potential criminal, civil, regulatory, and constitutional offenses. To assist in these efforts, I am urging House Republicans to immediately send preservation letters, and we have to do this right now, to the Biden administration, the Biden campaign, and every Silicon Valley tech giant, ordering them not to destroy evidence of censorship. Third, upon my inauguration.
So he wants... you what? Did he just say he wants everyone to do the job for him? Do it your fucking self. Nobody gives a shit about Biden much. You probably won't be here for Christmas, on the real. Do you know what I mean? Everyone says he's a robot anyway. But anyways, what did he just say? Write a letter to Biden and say, and to everyone else and say, if you hide anything, yeah, to do with censorship, then you're going to get done. Well, let's hope you got a lot of prisons in America. I mean, they've got a paedophile list up to heaven. And now you're going to get rid of all the corrupt media and the corrupt people. That's going to be... Let's hope you got some deserts in America, much to build some things, you know, prison bases. Just saying. I do agree with what he's saying. Obviously, I like freedom of speech because I like to hear my own shit. And I don't really very much agree with a lot of people. My opinions are very opinionated. And if you're going to be a bit like me, you're going to have to take that a lot of people are not going to like what you say. But freedom of speech, I do agree with. Do you know what I mean?
Congress to send a bill to my desk, revising Section 230 to get big online platforms out of censorship business. From now on, digital platforms should only qualify for immunity protection under Section 230 if they meet high standards of neutrality, transparency, fairness, and non-discrimination. We should require these platforms to increase their efforts to take down unlawful content such as child exploitation and promoting terrorism while dramatically curtailing their power to arbitrarily restrict lawful speech. Fourth, we need to break up the entire...
Yeah, because there's so much content that is taken down that's not against the law. It's completely lawful speech. It's not like
there is.
You're out here threatening people or things of that nature, but just because you may say something...
There is a lot of content that's taken down. I've had content taken down. Just literally, I mean, I've been copyrighted a lot of times just for fucking playing music. 10 seconds or more. I've had content, a lot of it taken down on TikTok. I don't even know half the time what for, because on TikTok, that was the one place that I just didn't swear. Do you know where I'm coming from? And just any little thing, they'd be in a mood about it. But I've seen loads of people on TikTok that have swore. So I'm like, how the hell do some people get away with it and others don't? Do you know what I mean? And then you start to notice that the media, they do push a lot of agendas. And a lot of people are sheeps. It's not even that they believe a lot of crap that they see in the media. It's just that if they go against it, they'll be like blacklisted and, labeled as, different. And nobody wants to be different unless you're me. And you don't give a shit. But, that's how the media, it's a kind of like, to me, it's a bit of a bullying tactic. Do you know where I'm coming from? And so I did watch a few TikTok videos today. And I have to wonder, a lot of the agendas that are being pushed, it does brainwash you to think that these things are normal. Who's telling you it's normal? The fucking media. Because the things that you do want to research, they hide it away. Look how many lies as well the government and everyone has told us through the media. How many lies? How many people they fucking pay to come on here chatting crap? How many people will lie to push crap on here that they don't genuinely believe? Just to maintain a channel, maintain a job, basically. Anyways, so I do agree with the policy.
You remember what was happening with the shots back in like 2020, 2021?
And this is Noah's TV, check it out. He does say something else as well. I just want to talk over Noah because I want you to check out his channel.
Toxic censorship industry that has arisen under the false guise of tackling so-called mis- and disinformation. The federal government should immediately stop funding all nonprofits and academic programs that support this authoritarian project. If any U.S. university is discovered to have engaged in censorship activities or election interference in the past, such as flagging social media content for removal of blacklisting, those universities should lose federal research dollars and federal student loan support for a period.
That's a very strong thing to say. He's not even saying if anyone messes with the election in the future. He's literally saying he's going to go through the archives of every university, every agent, everything that have done any kind of rigging, that has literally tagged any videos that was just giving freedom of speech, aka videos like mine, and they're going to get done for it. Now, one thing I do know, I prefer doing my videos on YouTube. I did enjoy TikTok. I'm not really into Discord, Rumble, or none of that. I've got it all, but I don't really. I got bored of it after about fucking a month. Unreal. But anyways, when they do flag you, your numbers go down, you're not showing up in the algorithm, and they're only flagging the same things. It's the same conversations. If you talk about anything that they don't want you to know, straight away you're being flagged, and that really isn't fair because that's not freedom of speech. If someone wants to find out any kind of information, they should be able to have the ability to do that. We got, you know what I mean? So we can make up our own minds on what we do believe or what we don't. And, when they're shadow banning everything, that's not really giving anyone a chance to learn nothing. That really is being authoritarian, like he says, and it is pushing an agenda. I don't want to be forced to believe something I don't believe. And that's exactly what they've been doing for years. Control. Anyways.
We should also enact new laws laying out clear criminal penalties for federal bureaucrats who partner with private entities to do an end run around the Constitution and deprive Americans of their First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights. In other words,
it means people like YouTube, and when they are Twitter, People like Christopher Boozy, in my opinion, he sits there making up fake bullshit data to trick people into believing a certain narrative. People like that.
Their vote. And once you lose those elections, and once you lose your borders like we have, you no longer have a country. Furthermore, to confront the problems of major platforms being infiltrated by legions of former deep staters and intelligence officials, there should be a 7-year call-off period before any employee of the FBI, CIA, NSA, DNI.
Did you hear that? If anyone's caught, in any way or form, obviously they're going to get fined or jailed or shut down for 7 years or permanently. He's not ramping, is he? Do you reckon that's why Elon was kind of endorsing him? Because Elon's always endorsing freedom of speech. Just saying. Hold up.
DOD is allowed to take a job at a company possessing vast quantities of U.S. user data. Fifth, the time has finally come for Congress to pass a digital Bill of Rights. This should include a right to digital due process. In other words, government officials should need a court order to take down online content, not send information requests such as the FBI was sending to Twitter. Furthermore, when users of big online platforms have their content or account...
I like that idea. I'm going to just quickly rewind that. I like that idea that he was saying. That really, if there is anything that's going to be taken down, they have to go through a law or something like that. I think that's a brilliant idea. You're right, Lofi. You know, I listen to this music when I'm doing my studying and that, called Lofi music. It's free, no copyright, and I play it on my videos. I do give it a shout out. I don't know if it's you though. Look, that fucking crackhead's walking past again. I shouldn't say crackhead. You said I'm fucking window for. It don't look like, what the fuck? There ain't no shops open this time of night, is there? Anyways, let's listen to what Trump's policy when he goes into inauguration is.
Users of big online platforms have their content or accounts removed, throttled, shadow banned, or otherwise restricted, no matter what name they use. They should have the right to be informed that it's happening, the right to a specific explanation of the reason why, and the right to a timely appeal. In addition, all users over the age of 18 should have the right to opt out of content moderation and curation entirely, and receive an unmanipulated stream of information if they so choose.
Thank you.
For free speech is a matter of victory or death for America and for the survival of...
As long as you're not sitting there running a fucking cult online, I think it's all right for me to sit there and give people my opinions on things. People don't have to necessarily agree with my opinions. I'm pretty sure over time, doesn't matter how long I've known people, how many years I've been on here, a lot of people don't agree with what I say. Some do. They don't always have to agree. Do you know what I mean? That is the joy of having a freedom of speech. They teach me things, I can teach them things. If I'm only learning one fucking thing, what the fuck am I learning? Do you know what I mean? Knowledge is power, innit? And it's sometimes good to have a debate. And if they keep blocking this freedom of speech, how the fuck are you gonna know anything? What's really going on?
Itself. When I'm president, this whole
fuck defamation,
censorship, and information control will be ripped out of the system at large. There won't be anything left. By restoring free speech, we'll begin to reclaim our democracy and save our nation. Thank you, and God bless America. If we don't have free speech, then we just don't have a free country. It's as
Now,
Right, I agree with what he's saying. The next bit, yeah, is controversial, but I don't give a fuck because I also agree with what he says next.
Because this is Trump talking about the left wing,
He's
gender
talking
equality,
about
insanity, and their plan to transition people, especially minors, chop off private parts and I just have kids do it at such a young age. This is how he addresses the situation.
The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. Very simple. Here's my plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this?
Sorry. Sorry. I'll put it back up. But yeah, I agree with this. Turning little boys into girls and painting their fucking nails and making them wear man bags and shit like that. And turning... No, the truth is, people, back in the day, nail varnishes were worn by men. No lie. Things have evolved over the years. I'm not against evolving and I'm not against. What I do have a problem with right now is a lot of these children, I'd say over 50 fucking % of them, but that's just a guess. They're all on these, they're halfway there. So when Trump does go into power, what's he going to do? That means half of these kids are going to be fucked if he stop what they're doing. I agree with what he's saying, but think about it logically. If a child's about 14, 13, 14, and the mom and dad's giving, and the doctors pushing it, giving them things, telling them, oh yeah, chop off your cock, oh, don't grow your teeth, restrict it, do all that crap. Yeah, you want to support your child, fair enough. But there's a difference between supporting a fucking child and protecting it. And at that fucking age, yeah, you tell your fucking child, shut the fuck up. You should not be concentrating on your fucking titties and your dick. You should be concentrating on trying to get a fucking job and education. There's better things in life to think about. Now, when you're older, then start thinking about it. When I was younger, I had loads of piercings. I tattooed up my fucking self, done loads of fucking shit. Now I'm older, I regret it. I'm not even that much older. Do you understand me? Things that you wanted to do. No, they don't. There's one thing that they do hide away from you. And I was doing some research on this a couple of months ago. A lot of people, they're pushing you to, and one thing I will clarify. I ain't got a problem if you want to change your gender. I have, because I'm a Bible woman. But I ain't one of them that really has got a problem that I'm going to be like, I can't talk to them, I can't do this. I'm not into that. There's little problems like I have when men haven't had the operation or women and they're swapping toilets and shit like that and you got young kids going in. I have a major problem with that. I have a major problem with thinking that a lot of people are fucking faking it too. I have a major problem with thinking instead of trying to tell people to change who they are, why don't you try and help them out to sort out what the fucking problem was? And pushing it onto a child. So I agree with him, but here's one thing though. What about these children that are halfway through it? If you stop it now, you've already pushed that shit in their head. Them that are taking things already. What are you going to do? And the research that I've done was there's so many people that actually have unalived themselves or want to reverse the surgery and they can't, or the problems that they've had with surgery. Do you know where I'm coming from? And they still ain't happy. Even when they change. I mean, I'm sorry, but a man changing into a woman, he's still got big, broad fucking shoulders. He's still got an Adam's apple. He don't look no fucking different. It's very weird. Unless you're a little midget man like one of them from the fucking Philippines. It ain't looking good much. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, nah, you look good, you fucking dough, you look like a man. I'm a small one. And people tell me I've got broad shoulders and shit like that makes me feel fucking like a bloke. Anyways, it's nearly finished.
All programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare.
I hope this includes therapies, because a lot of people, I don't know how the fuck, we're training to be a therapist. I think sometimes our jobs are a bit fucking overrated. The only thing they keep pushing in America is, you got a problem, come to a therapist. And there's half the therapists, I'm telling you to go and fuck the bloke off or fuck the woman off. Chatting shit. They ain't lived your experience. I could sit here trying to give anyone advice, but unless I fucking lived your experience, there's no advice I could give you. Only you would really know what's fucking best for you. I'm telling you, half the time. You can give help, but the right advice, like, you know what I mean? I don't believe in that bullshit. I have people I can phone up and ask for help, but I ain't gonna fucking take it. Unless I know it's gonna benefit me. Do you know where I'm coming from? And yeah, identifying as fucking animals. Jeez. You couldn't make that up. And I got a problem with them ones. I keep saying I'm an he, she. And then when you say, well, I'm you today, they start crying like a bitch. What the fuck? The ambidextrous one, you don't fucking know what they are. Yes, I have got a problem, and a lot of people want to say it. There is nothing wrong with having an opinion. I think it's wrong. I do think people push it. Do I think everyone? No. I think some people are naturally like that. Do think, you know what? I ain't in the right body. But give them fucking time. Let them grow. Let them be 16. Let the body develop. You know, let them change. Put an age limit on it, like 21 or something. Let them develop. Anyways.
From the program immediately. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately...
That has really shocked me. I genuinely didn't know that there was going that far with children's gender. I don't know what I thought. I've spoken to a few people whose kids have changed gender. Some didn't agree, some do agree, some cut off the kids, some have stayed. It's, you know, each to their own. I ain't judging none of the fucking parents. It must be hard if you've had a boy and then there wants to be a girl, or if you had a girl, you know what I mean? It's hard on everyone. But once they've turned a certain age and they're still happy, fair enough. But they really genuinely do not tell you the real statistics. And this is why I like the first rule is going to kind of change, you know what I mean? Which is freedom of speech and showing real statistics. There's people out there that have actively spoken on subjects that does affect us. It affects all of us, all of society. And they've been shadow banned, like he said, and hidden. All because of what? The media wants to push a certain kind of agenda. So you think that's fair that we should only be listening to one thing, and if I don't agree, then I'm, you know, the black sheep. I'm the baddie. It's common sense. You're either a man or a fucking woman, and if you get to a certain age and you feel like, you know, fair enough, but a child, no. And I can't believe doctors would push that. If I was a doctor, I wouldn't be a doctor. I find it unethical. I really would. But then again, I ain't going to lie to you. If I was a doctor and it was the law, And, you know, I suppose you'd have to go along with it, wouldn't you? Half of these are forced into it. I don't think half of them believe in that crap. To me, a lot of it, when I read personally, when I read stories, it's always the therapist that's pushing it. You know what I mean? Or them new age fucking stupid ass teachers skipping through fucking fields like retards.
Side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable.
Wow,
We will
crazy.
also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally
Hiding the possible side effects to children.
Yeah, they hide
That
everything.
is absolutely insane to really think about.
marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed or approved for this use.
Puberty
My
blockers, you
Department of
know.
Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child
No, I've only done nursing. I've administered tablets, you know, I've done catheters, I've done things like that. Nothing major. Do you know what I mean? But I'm thinking to myself, it's not even about the ethical bit. I'm really shocked about this. Like, why would you stop a child from growing? Like, what? Why isn't that restricted? Why are you giving them what? Pubic blockers. I think, you know, sometimes people hate Trump because people don't like to hear the fucking truth. The truth hurts. And when he comes out with things, sometimes the wildest thing sounds so unbelievable you don't believe it. I mean, ain't it funny that people are always laughing about the Japanese and Chinese cooking, you know, cats and dogs and shit like that? But if he says it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Even if someone... And everything that Trump is saying, we all know it to be fucking true. And just because we don't fucking like him, we have to disagree. How the fuck is that saving the world? I swear down, I can sit there happily with someone that I fucking hate and still agree with them. It's just, that's my chair. It's just for their betterment. What would be the fucking point in just disagreeing with someone just because you don't like them? You don't fucking know him. And why don't people like Trump? Because what the media has told you. They planted that much shit. Look how many videos I put out on fucking me. Are half of them true? No. In fact, 90% ain't fucking true. The only thing that they get fucking right is my name. Hello, yeah. Mate, I can barely buy food for myself. Right about now, ramen noodles is my forte. Okay, do I look like I'm rich? I got PayPal on here. Did you hear it go bing, bing, bing? No. I don't get donations, mate. Very, very rare. I don't even get likes. So for anyone to be asking me, a broadcast single mom for charity is a joke. And I don't feel bad. Especially when I know you're scamming.
in the ride, they will be faced with severe
At charity
consequences
shop here.
for potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different.
Exactly. Have you noticed how many divorce lawyers there is and everything? Always trying to break up the family home, everyone. Everything we look at, they're always promoting. Oh, it's all right to have a stepdad and a stepmom. And always causing conflict, trying to say men should be a certain way, women should be a certain way. Divide and conquer. One of the oldest tricks in the book. But you know what? One thing is, despite what people fucking think, yeah, you need a man and a woman to make human beings. So why the fuck do they keep breaking up these homes, and why are people proud, yeah, to be opening up their fucking legs to people that they don't know straight away within 10 fucking seconds, even though there is protection that you can use? Having a baby with someone you don't fucking know, if you ain't spent a year or two with them, you don't know them, you ain't spent all season with them. Have you lived with them? A baby's a major change. It's like, you know, and then they're just moving on to the next one and the next one. And don't forget, get to know someone, because over time people do change. What are their goals in life? What drives them? You don't have to be rich to be driven. Everyone has to start somewhere. You know what I mean? But they're always breaking up the family home. Why? Always endorsing it. Look at all these rappers and that, telling you it's all good. Go and fuck a bitch. Leave her, don't matter. Just pay for the child support and see it once a week. See it on the weekend. And then all them bitches moaning about their fucking, oh, look at him, he's a waste man, he's got 10 baby mothers. Well, why did you fucking, what was your baby mother number 6 then? If he wasn't looking after the fucking first 5, why do you think he was special? The family dynamic is fucked. You know, even me, I'm single now, and I'm telling you, I went through the fucking rigmarole. I'm not saying I'm fucking angel, but I'm telling you, I would have done anything to save the family, because I thought it was better for them to have a mom and a dad. A woman should be teaching a man how to fucking shave beards and that. A man shouldn't really be teaching a woman how to fucking put on, you know, fanny pads and shit. Do you know what I mean? The fuck? And, you know, it's unfortunate for those who haven't got a parent, who wasn't that, you know, fortunate to have parents that either cared, or parents that did care but passed away early. You know what I mean? But, you know, they still fucking made it. And, you know, it takes a village anyway. But I don't like how this society thinks it's a norm to have 20 baby mothers, 6 or 7 baby fathers, like, popping them out like nothing. People ain't got fucking shame. I can give a shit. I'm not saying it's horrible. Sometimes you get with someone very young. You try your best. Do you know what I mean? Shit happens, you fall out. But then you're seeing some girls, yeah, you get married, you're happy with someone else. Everything's happy. Stay sweet. But you see some women, they're on marriage number fucking 4 at the age of 30. They're on baby number 10. With about 20 baby fathers, what the fuck? And not one of them's paying? Or you want the one to pay for all of them? This is not how society should be. On a real. Nearly done.
Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth.
Male and female.
How's America gonna feel about that one? There's only man and woman. There's only male and female assigned at birth. Like
Did you hear that?
How are people gonna feel about that one? What do y'all think?
America's gonna lose their shit.
Really supports the gender transition again.
How do you think America's, I want to know about that. How do you think, let's take this off now.
United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating.
Right, that was Noah's TV. He dropped that one. Go and check out his channel. It's really informative. But how do you think America's going to feel, people? Please do comment in the section below about this gender change. I think America's going to be happy about the freedom of speech if they can chat about what they want to chat about, because we all know there's going to be some there that if it's all right for them to chat their freedom of speech, but if anyone else chats something that they don't agree with, then they still want to shut down. There's always going to be them selfish bastards. Do you know what I mean? But I think the majority of America will agree with freedom of speech. I don't know what you lot think. You should tell me in the comment section. But the important question I want to know is, if Donald is saying that there is not going to be no more gender fluidity and, you know, none of these kids are going to be changing sex until a certain age. He didn't say no one could do it. He just says no children. So remember that part, people. But what I want to know is, what do you think America will feel about? Because half of America now, the men and women and the women and men, I think it's going to be a very big divide. The religious group will be all happy about it, do you know what I mean? Some of them. But you got to think, if you've had a sex change in America, you would take it funny. But you would have to, I don't know how people feel about children starting these things young. I think it's fucking vile. I think it's disgusting, but that's my opinion. And I'm telling you now, if my children ever came with that bullshit, I tell them to shut that shit down. When they're older, they can do what the fuck they want, but not. They could never even mention that to me, I'm telling you now. As close as I am to them. And I do support people that genuinely are going through, because there is people out there that are going through it. I just think at a certain age, you shouldn't be encouraging it. And I also do think probably, I don't know, I say give them a bit of therapy before they actually do it, but I don't really trust a lot of therapists. They'll be probably pushing the agenda on it. Just saying. If you was a therapist, what would you say to someone that is over age? Someone that's, I don't know, 16 years old or 18 years old, depending on what stage, what would you say? It's okay. Because you're a therapist, innit? What would you say? Right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the show. Please do smash the like if you do like. Share if you think it's informative. And subscribe if you like the content and you want more. And if you think I'm worth it, please PayPal. You see, we can talk about that a different day. I'm going bed. Night, and thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful night or morning, whatever it is for you. Bye.